Greetings everybody, welcome on back to Minecraft with Ultra. I am Ultra. This is Nogri. This is Westy. This is my new table. This is what we're going to be working on today. And this is my new favorite view. I hope you guys are doing well today though, and I hope you're excited because we have a ton of work to do. As cool as this view and as cool as this path is, it does kind of get ruined once you get to right here. So today, hopefully we'll get this whole path finished up all the way up here to the Torii Gate and this little section here. We still have to do this little section from the last episode. I do have a shulker box full of materials somewhere. So without further ado, why don't we get started right up here, connecting this path down this way, and we'll just work our way back towards spawn, I guess. So I think what we'll do is we'll start on this little path. We'll work through this little path together. And then I think I will probably maybe just time-lapse the big part because that's actually a long path and that might take a long time. What I like to do when I've got sections like this of a path where there's a pretty big change in elevation and you need to go from up there to down here and you want to try and do it in a natural and subtle way, is I always try and use slabs. And I try and bring the slant down in kind of as mellow of an incline as I can. So how we'll do that is we'll start down here at the bottom and we'll start bringing our path out. We need to make it a bit wider. Getting better, but maybe a little bit more. Up there, it's still a little thin. See, down here, we've got a couple blocks width here. But then once you get up here, you get to a single block width. And that's no good when you're trying to step down a slab at a time. So to fix that, we'll just keep bringing our dirt in here and just keep focus on the base. You have to widen the base out first. If you want to make the top wider, you have to first make the bottom wider. And sometimes if you have to, don't be afraid to be a little retractive with the building. Don't be afraid to dig some dirt in just to give yourself that wider platform if need be. That might be pretty good. Let's start bringing some slabs in and see how it looks. So using a combination of stone, cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, and spruce slabs with a couple of stairs thrown in there too. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start down here at the bottom and we're just gonna start putting slabs in different places to try and make a smooth transition up. The way I do this really just involves a lot of up and down and back and forth, going up the path, feeling it out, seeing which way kind of feels more natural, which way that you tend to want to go to get to your destination, and then just filling in with different slabs and things as you go. And once you get a nice smooth transition where you can find yourself just walking up the path without having to jump, that's when I like to come back through and use my shovel and make sure that I have a nice defined area where I'm gonna be walking. And you just kind of go through, click through, make sure you got a nice wide path. You don't want it to be too skinny. And I find that it's easier to always go back and forth a couple times. I always go up and down my paths a few times, just making adjustments as I go. I think it's easier sometimes just to kind of take a step back and take a look at it and make sure that you don't have anywhere that's too wide or anywhere that's too skinny or anything that looks like it needs a little bit of reshape. Once you feel like you have a good shape, that's when I like to start coming through with some coarse dirt and rooted dirt and just dirty the path up a little bit. And then once I'm sort of happy with the dirt distribution throughout the path, I like to come back in along the outside edges of the path and just do the kind of the same thing, but a little bit more random. Not putting dirt everywhere, but just making the path not have such a straight defined edge. You can kind of just sweep the dirt out away from it a little bit at the edge here. And there we go. That helps you so you can clearly tell where the path is, but then having it kind of spread off to the side shows you, I don't know, it helps it kind of blend into the environment a little bit better, I think, than having just such a sharp defined edge. The next thing I like to do is I like to just come into spots like this where you can see the dirt here, and then I make a decision. You can either break this and fill it in so the rock continues down, or you can break this and replace it with a rock there. But I don't know what it is, but something about this little bit of dirt under here just drives me nuts. And I think doing that makes it look just a little bit better. And now that that's done, we can start putting in the fences. And there we go. The next step is going to be coming through with a little bit of bush action and kind of just filling in any spots where you feel like it might need it. And once you're satisfied with your bush action, come back through with a little bit of bone meal and don't really think too much about it, but just kind of sprinkle it around the edges. There, the bone meal and the bushes on the side, I think gives it just what it needs to kind of blend it in. So there, now that we've done that section together, I'm gonna go ahead and continue that all the way around this way, all the way back over to here. We're not step by step and all that though, so you guys just sit back and enjoy the time lapse. There we go. What do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? And with that, our path from spawn all the way back home is completely done. I went ahead and put in these 2 torii gates. I thought they were pretty cool, and they're just gonna symbolize kind of this transitional period here, because if you look over here, we've got the dark oak fence that heads off into the forest towards spawn. And on this side, we've got the acacia fence heading up towards the pagoda and the rest of our base. So in between the torii gates here, we're gonna have a little village. And this little spot here is just gonna be a little safe haven, kind of a halfway point in between spawn and home, just in case we ever die. And if we end up back at spawn and we gotta get back home without our stuff, I plan on having a couple houses here for the village with beds and some supplies and things like that. And this should be a pretty cool little area. Besides the 2 torii gates, I also went ahead and put in a little bit of a koi pond here and here. We'll have a bridge that connects the two, or that will connect the 2 sides here. But that'll be down the road. Today, I mostly just wanted to get the path done and have everything be all connected. We might... I'm not sure next episode if I want to keep working down here on this village. I might turn my attention back to the pagoda. Check it out though, the roof is starting to change. Some of the copper is starting to oxidize and age a little bit. On this side, it looks pretty cool too. I still haven't done anything in here yet though, and honestly, next episode, I might come back and finish the interior of this off. And then after that, we really don't have too much left to do. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the little koi pond. Here's home base, spawns over here. And what I'm thinking is we'll have the village somewhere around this area here, around the koi pond, in between the two torii gates there. And up here we might have a little bit of farmland. But other than that, we'll have to do some trees. I plan on doing some custom trees, especially around the castle, around the main part of the base. Maybe a few dotted around here and there outside of the base area, but I'm going to be focusing most of those around here. I still would like to get to, I do have plans for this little cenote-like feature down here, just south of the castle. But other than that, that's really all I have planned for this area. Once we get this base finished up, we're just going to go and do something else somewhere else. So for now, I hope you guys liked the path. I hope you liked today's episode. If you did, leave a comment down below, leave a like on the video, maybe even consider subscribing. And I will see you guys next time.